I'm Stefan Lombard, Executive Editor of Hagerty Classic Cars. Today I'm in Elgin, Texas with this lovely 1968 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what you should look for if you're in the market for a second generation Chevy C10. When Chevy introduced the C10 in 1960 as a replacement for the Task Force, it changed the way we look at pickup trucks. No longer was it just a workhorse vehicle, but it was a personal vehicle as well. The first generation C10 was innovative, with a drop center ladder frame that lowered the cab height and independent front suspension, which gave the truck a more car-like ride. The second generation C10, which debuted in 1967, furthered that innovation, replacing rear leaf springs with rear coil springs on trailing arms. Also new was an extra thick roof for increased structural integrity. And a nice touch included metal fender skirts, which protected the inside of the fenders from mud and salt and anything else that would damage them or rust them away. You could get these as a C10, C20, or C30. The difference there was a half-ton, three-quarter ton, and 1 ton. They came with either a short bed or a long bed, and the short beds could be spec'd either fleet side or step side. Today we're talking specifically about the second generation C10, like this 1968. They came in base, custom, and CST, or custom sport truck trims. The base model got you things like 2-speed windshield wipers, a vinyl seat belts, and a right side mirror. The custom trim added things like a color-keyed woven fabric and vinyl seat, armrests, a cigarette lighter, and cowl insulation for a quieter ride. Finally, the CST got you things like a center console, bucket seats, and chrome interior accents. During its production run, the second generation C10 was offered with a number of different engines, including either a 250 or 292 cubic inch straight six, a 283, 307, 327, 350, 396 big block, or later 402 big block V8. Let's pop the hood on this truck and see what's inside. While this truck has its original 327 V8, it has been upgraded with an aftermarket carburetor, intake manifold, and headers. It's not uncommon for people who own these trucks to do that kind of work, but you want to make sure that it's been done correctly. So talk to the seller and get a good sense that it has been, because the last thing you want is to take on someone else's project. From the smallest straight six to the biggest big block, no matter which engine is fitted in the truck you're looking at, just remember that Chevrolet built these engines to last. So if the engine in the truck you're looking at has been treated to even basic maintenance, you should feel fairly confident that it still has plenty of life left in it. And if you have any doubts at all, take the truck to a specialist. They can put it on a lift, look it over front to back, top to bottom, and tell you exactly what you're looking at. Plenty of these trucks were used for work, so check the body for signs of abuse. And while you're doing that, look for rust, which was a big killer of these steel trucks. The most common areas are this drip rail here, all around the windshield, and up under these rear fenders. And with a truck this height, there's no excuse not to get down, stick your head in there, and look all around. Same goes for the rocker panels. Get down and inspect them thoroughly. While we're on the topic of rust, there are places to check inside the cab as well. Specifically, the kick panels on either side. If there's carpet, pull it back, feel that metal. If you have a flashlight with you, and you should, get down and look up underneath the cowl for signs of any water that's come in the base of the windshield. Finally, the bottom corners of the cab. There might be carpet, there might not be. If there is, peel it back, stick your arm all the way down there, and feel the integrity of that steel. So you found the truck you're interested in buying. You've looked it over inside and out. Now the only thing left to do is fire it up and take it for a test drive. Now, depending on which engine the truck you're looking at is fitted with, it's going to sound different. No straight six is ever going to sound like a big block. You might have noticed when I fired this truck up that it didn't quite sound like a stock 327, and that'll be the headers that I pointed out earlier. To complement the range of engines offered in these trucks, there was also a selection of transmissions, including a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual, a power glide automatic, and a turbo hydromatic. If you're wondering what the difference between a C10 and a K10 is, The C trucks, C10, C20, C30, were two-wheel drive. Your K trucks, K10, K20, K30, those were four-wheel drive. Another primary difference with those trucks was that they had leaf springs, whereas this one is coil springs. There's no denying that the second generation C10 is a gorgeous truck, but there were a few slight front-end changes during the generation. In 1969, the nose was redesigned and got a little squarer, and the grille changed a couple times as well. Compared to other available trucks of the era, the ride of this C10 really is compliant, and that's thanks to the suspension. Here's the bottom line. If you're looking for a vintage pickup truck, it's hard to go wrong with a second generation C10. They're great drivers, they're simple and easy to work on, parts are readily available, and they're fun to look at. What more could you ask for?